In this world, is their wealth more precious than a child's laughter, or must all prosperity come at the price of karmic debt? In a land of ancient splendor, known as Dai Viet Thin, dwelt the wealthy Lam family, their coffers overflowing with riches. Yet few knew that their immense fortune was built upon a dark secret. They were the purveyors of counterfeit elixirs, falsely advertised as miraculous cures. Countless families were left destitute, their illnesses worsened, all due to trusting the deceitful promises of the Lam clan. Ironically, Mr. and Mrs. Lam themselves were barren, yearning desperately for the laughter of children. They spared no expense, seeking blessings from every temple and shrine, even venturing into the deepest mountains. There they encountered a profound master, whose eyes saw through the veil of worldly illusions. The master spoke only a cryptic prophecy. What is gained shall come with a price. Joy may arrive swiftly, but calamity lurks nearby. The Lam couple, oblivious to the deeper meaning, rejoiced at the promise of offspring. Indeed, not long after, Mrs. Lam bore a pair of twins, a boy and a girl, both exquisitely beautiful and remarkably intelligent. The Lam couple rejoiced as if they had found untold treasure, believing they had finally attained supreme happiness. From that day, they gradually abandoned their unrighteous trade, shifting to honest businesses and diligently performing acts of charity, building bridges, repairing roads, and offering alms to temples, hoping their children would inherit blessings and be spared from misfortune. As time flowed like a gentle stream, the two children grew, pampered beyond measure. The gentle demeanor of their youth slowly faded, replaced by a wild and arrogant nature. The son, Lamki, matured into an overbearing and entitled tyrant, readily using his wealth and influence to crush others. He caused endless scandals, from vandalizing property and assaulting common folk to coercing innocent maidens. The daughter, Lamvi, became selfish and cunning, constantly devising schemes to harm those who displeased her, especially the vulnerable. Mr. and Mrs. Lam watched their children's transformation with breaking hearts. All their pleas and admonishments fell on deaf ears. When they tried to intervene in their children's wicked deeds, the twins would defiantly scorn their parents, deeming them old-fashioned and out of touch. The once blissful home had transformed into a living hell. The climax of their sorrow arrived when Lamki and Lamva, during a night of reckless revelry, tragically caused the death of an innocent village girl. The incident came to light, but with their vast fortune and influence, the Lam family managed to suppress the truth, using money to silence all witnesses. Yet karma would not be denied. The unfortunate victim's soul, before passing, uttered a chilling curse. Those who sow evil shall reap evil. Blood will flow, tears will stream, and you shall pay your karmic debt through eternity. Immediately after the tragic incident, calamity struck relentlessly. First, Lamki, in a drunken stupor, sped his horse recklessly, causing a catastrophic accident that claimed his own life in a distant land. Before their grief could even subside, Lamvi, during a lavish journey, contracted a bizarre and incurable illness, wasting away despite all medical efforts. She finally succumbed to her torment, leaving Mr. and Mrs. Lam plunged into utter despair. They wailed uncontrollably, blaming heaven for its injustice. We have diligently cultivated good deeds. Why has the heavens taken our children from us? Mr. Lam cried out in anguish. Mrs. Lam fainted repeatedly, losing all will to live. In their darkest hour, they remembered the profound master from years past, clinging to the hope of finding answers to their endless sorrow. The master received Mr. and Mrs. Lam with a calm and compassionate gaze. He slowly spoke. Do you still recall my words from years ago? What is gained shall come with a price. Those two children, they were not blessings from the heavens, but rather karmic retribution from the unrighteous deeds you committed. They were souls burdened with resentment and debt from past lives, sent by heaven to dissipate your blessings, test your resolve, and reclaim what was owed. Had you not cultivated your hearts and accumulated merit, they would have squandered your wealth, ruined your reputation, and even cast you into utter destitution. Now, precisely because you have turned back, diligently performed good deeds, and sown seeds of kindness, the law of karma has unfolded differently. Heaven has reclaimed them, not as punishment, but as liberation for you both from that cycle of suffering. Consider if they had lived, how many more sins would they have committed, and and how much more pain would you have endured? The master's words struck Mr. and Mrs. Lamb like a bolt of lightning, yet also illuminated the darkness in their hearts. They stared in stunned realization. Their resentment vanished, replaced by profound remorse and deep gratitude. They knelt, prostrating themselves in heartfelt repentance. Mr. and Mrs. Lamb returned home, devoting their lives to spiritual cultivation. They used all their remaining wealth to aid the poor and established charity centers for the victims of the fake elixirs they once sold. They lived a simple, peaceful life, filled with repentance and atonement. Sometime later, during a relief effort in a remote mountain village, Mr. and Mrs. Lamb discovered a newborn girl abandoned at the entrance of an ancient temple. The baby had a tiny, golden, lotus-shaped birthmark on her forehead, identical to the lotus on the Buddha statue in the ancient temple where the master had appeared. They felt an invisible thread connecting them to this child. Mr. and Mrs. Lamb took the baby home, naming her An Nhiên, meaning peaceful. And Nhiên grew up not only beautiful and intelligent, but also incredibly filial, benevolent, and possessing a boundless compassion. She dedicated her entire life to caring for Mr. and Mrs. Lamb, while also continuing and expanding their charitable endeavors. And then, when An Nhiên had fully matured during a visit to the old master, he revealed a staggering secret. The child An Nhiên, whom you have nurtured, is the reincarnation of the innocent village girl whose life your children tragically ended years ago. She was reborn with a benevolent destiny to mend the suffering she endured and to guide you both in completing your path of atonement. This is the final blessing granted by heaven to conclude the long-standing karmic cycle. Mr. and Mrs. Lamb were stunned, then burst into tears of both sorrow and profound understanding. They embraced An Nhiên, realizing this was not merely compensation, but the most eloquent proof of the law of karma. You reap what you sow, yet genuine repentance and a sincere heart always possess the power to transform karmic ties, ushering in a new beginning filled with hope and compassion. For the law of karma unfolds not to punish, but to remind us only love and kindness can truly bloom like a lotus from the mud of past deeds, guiding every soul to find its ultimate peace.